Hello, it's nice to see you on the ride today. We're wrapping up the weekend ride with the trail down Wenger Pass. You may remember we started the ride by climbing up to the Skookumchuk Fire Tower, then we rode down into the valley for a lunch break at Copper Lake. Now, the sun is in our eyes as we're driving back down off the mountain. Once again, the Insta360 camera is mounted at the rear view mirror and the GoPro camera is mounted on the outside of the roll cage. Because we're zigzagging down the mountain, the Insta360 gets some great views looking left and right whenever the opportunity arises. I was pretty close to pacing the cameras all day, but both camera batteries ran out of juice about 3/4 of the way down the trail. Well, there's that bright sun in our eyes. There's really no getting away from that right now. So once again, I'm mixing up the views with the GoPro hanging off the side of the machine like that. And this is a pretty cool, smooth looking view because the camera makes the machine nice and stationary. This view from the Insta360, these are kind of my favorite views because you see the machine bouncing around, you can see the trail left and right, up and down. Especially when I'm going downhill and I look left to right in a little bit, those shots look really good. The coloring actually looks better on the GoPro, which is weird because it's a much older camera. However, I think it's because it's hanging off the side and a lot of times the sun isn't directly on the lens. It's kind of shaded with the roof of the machine. The Insta360 you can see hanging off my mirror there out front. It is bright sun the whole time, lots of overexposure. So yeah, it looks a little bit washed out sometimes, but not bad. And this GoPro actually picks up the colors quite nice. Yeah, definitely a bit more overexposed with the direct sunlight. Here's a quick little shot of looking left, and you can see when the machine's pointing downhill and stuff like that. There's some good ones coming up. Even this part looks like a nice flat trail, but you can see the machine's kind of sitting sideways on a bit of an angle there. Let me know what you think of that little rear view mirror thing I've put up in the top there, looking back at me. Let me know if you like that view. Leave a comment. If it works for you, let me know. If you think it's horrible, let me know. The trail's a little bit more overgrown in this spot. Most of the way is pretty wide open, but there's a few bits up top that were a little bit more overgrown. Nice blue skies out there. This was actually a really good day, except for all that dust on the roads that I talked about in the last video. The dust was horrible, but once we're off of that and on the trails, beautiful, beautiful day. That's pretty bright on the camera. I don't think it was quite that bright right in my eyes, but the camera sure gets exposed on that. There's a funky little corner, up and down and around. And I have no idea why I stopped here. I really don't remember. Must have been a good idea at the time. Okay, this is probably the coolest little piece of trail. You can see here, we're going down. And we're going to turn a little corner and go right back up again. I'm going to play this little bit from all the angles. You can really see the difference between all of the angles of the cameras. So now we're going right back up again. It was actually fairly steep. You'll see it pretty good again from this angle too. Nice and down, turn the corner, back up that short little climb there. Certainly nothing difficult about it, but a cool little piece of trail. And as usual, with the GoPro, it's going to look pretty flat. Even with the front view here, you can see the depth, you can see the up and down. But really, I like those side views the best. You can really see the machine tilting at the angle and really see how steep we're going down and up. Nice little side view looking kind of across the valley a little bit. Oh, nice steep bit there. I remember that bit. That was good. Nice and steep. Short, but steep. And you notice one little quirk of the 360 cameras there. Because I got a lens on the front and the back, sometimes that front lens gets super exposed with the sunlight and all washed out. But the back lens looks pretty good, and you've got that hard line in the stitching. What do you do? It is what it is. Yeah, these GoPro views might make things seem a little bit flat, but I like when it's whizzing past the tree branches and getting some action there. You can kind of feel the trail and feel the speed a little better compared to the cameras in the middle of the vehicle, which don't really get near anything. So far, I haven't wrecked the camera on a tree. Fingers crossed I can keep doing that. nice steep bit. A little bit of a roller coaster. Steep, flat, steep, flat. And this whole ride is pretty much going downhill the whole way from, you know, the midpoint of the mountain right down to the bottom. So what do you think of these side views from the camera when you can really see the machine going up and down? You get my ugly mug once in a while, but whatever. What do you think of those? Leave a comment down below. Should I try to get more of those in my future videos? Look at that blue sky. That's nice. That's just good stuff. Some great colors in the leaves right here too. You gotta love the fall colors when some of the trees have turned and some of them are still green, and you got the evergreens and you got the blue sky, and apparently you got my hand in front of the camera. But some great colors. This time of year is beautiful up there. Maybe you can feel it. Definitely had a little bit more speed on this section of the trail. A little bit more wide open and straight. You gotta watch out for these crosscuts though, because they come up on you fast, and these ones here are pretty big. In some places they're super small, and you really hit the suspension hard if you go into them too fast. Ah, that's just good stuff right there. Good stuff. Some of these long straight sections with the trees kind of growing up and on the sides, kind of feels a little bit like you're cruising down through a bit of a tunnel or a maze or something. I like trails like that. that is a great view. If you like the video, rev up the like button. If you want to see more beautiful British Columbia scenery, come along for another ride. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next ride.